Welcome to the Intermission Warmup of Freeing the Natural Voice by Kristen Linklater. Workout for relaxation, the spine, the head, breathing, touch of sound, humming. Lie on your back on the floor. Choose, from your memory, a place that gives you a particularly good sense of peace, tranquility, and relaxation. Lying on a bench, in a green meadow in the sun, on a boat, but not in your bed. Imagine you are lying in that place and can give your limbs up and let your muscles relax. It helps to have the sun or a warm fire in your picture. If you do this in the context of a clearly visualized and remembered place that you like, the process of specific relaxation will probably be accompanied by feelings of pleasure. Allow these feelings to color as much of the subsequent work as possible. Turn your attention to the tiny involuntary rise and fall of natural relaxed breathing deep in the center of your body. Let your lips fall apart and feel the outgoing breath escape over the front of your mouth, making a small as it leaves your body. Wait for the breath to replace in its own time. Continue your awareness of the natural breathing rhythm until it seems genuinely to have found its pace and place deep inside. Introduce the picture of the marionettist in the sky and let him float your knees up over your belly and over to the right in a comfortable diagonal stretch. Feel and picture a sigh impulse going deep down into the right hip socket and release the sigh on breath. Let the next sigh impulse connect the feeling of relief with the vibrations of sound, starting in the hip socket and flowing out through the long diagonal river channel, through the torso and out through the mouth. Ha. Repeat in the left diagonal stretch. Let the marionettist in the sky float your knees up over your belly and over to the left in a comfortable diagonal stretch. Feel and picture a sigh impulse going deep down into the left hip socket and release the sigh on breath. Let the sigh impulse connect the feeling of relief with the vibrations of sound, starting in the hip socket and flowing through the long diagonal river channel, through the torso and out through the mouth. Float the legs back over to the right diagonal and let the thought of a long sigh of vibrationary relief start in the right hip socket and flow through the long, broad river channel from hip socket to shoulder socket, and let the vibrations reach the mouth. Close the lips and feel the vibrations on the lips and in the head. Then open the lips and let the vibrations escape. Then let the sigh impulse reconnect down to the hip socket. Repeat this experience several times on different pitches. Let the marionettist bring you over to the other diagonal stretch. Float your legs back over to the left diagonal and let the thought of a long sigh of vibrationary relief start in the left hip socket and flow through the long, broad river channel from hip socket to shoulder socket. And as the vibrations reach the mouth, close the lips and feel the vibrations on the lips and in the head. Then open the lips and let the vibrations escape. Then let the sigh impulse reconnect down to the hip socket. Repeat this experience several times on different pitches. Float the knees to the middle, over the belly, feet off the floor, and drop the feet to the floor. Float the right knee up over the belly. Clasp your hands over the front of the knee, fingers laced. Feed a sigh of relief without sound down into the hip socket, and as it releases, shake your knee with your hands so that the top of your thigh bone shakes the breath from the hip socket out through your mouth. Drop your right foot to the floor. Float the left knee up over the belly. Hands clasped over the front of the knee. Repeat the sighing, vibrating breath experience. Drop the left foot to the floor. Again, float the right knee up over the belly and drop your clasped hands over the knee. Feed in the sigh to the hip socket and find the vibrations of sound. With your hands, shake, vibrate the sound from your hip socket all the way through the long inner channels of the torso, onto the lips and out. Repeat. Then drop the right foot to the floor and repeat with the left knee, thigh bone, and hip socket. Pause the video and repeat as many times as you feel necessary. Then, drop both feet to the floor. Next, focus into a picture of your whole bony pelvic structure. Feet flat on the floor, knees up. Let the sigh impulse go all the way down into the pelvic floor where it turns to the vibrations of sound. Close your lips on a hum that floats the pelvic garden swing up 2 inches off the floor and gently bounce the pelvic swing up and down, bouncing the vibrations out. Then, as you return the pelvic swing to the ground, a new breath impulse enters with a new pitch, and the sound is again bounced gently from the pelvic swing onto the lips and out. Repeat several times with new pitches every time. Relax the pelvis down onto the floor. Now, move your mind's eye from the pelvic floor to the center of the diaphragm. Be aware of the tiny movement of the natural rhythm of breathing in that center. Notice that the movement of the diaphragm is horizontal within the body and that it is reflected in an up and down movement on the external abdominal wall. Now, let the thought impulse of an unformed neutral sound enter the breathing center so that the outgoing breath is turned into vibration. Ha, ha. Repeat the thought impulse on each outgoing breath in the rhythm of your natural breathing. Alternate ha-ha and f to see how close you can stay to the sensation of just breathing when you add sound. Now, introduce the thought of descending pitches. Start on a comfortably mid-register note and gradually drop down, if possible, semitone by semitone, or tone by tone, and so on, until the sound is so low and loose that it almost gargles. See how low you can go without pushing down. Relax deeper and deeper inside your body for the deeper sounds. As soon as you feel you have to strain at all, stop and wait for the pitch to move up again. Stay within the natural breathing rhythm. Speak the sound again. Ha ha. Then slowly begin to get up from the floor, economically. First, rolling onto your hands and knees, and then uncurling up the spine, maintaining as much relaxation as possible and leaving your head to last. Stand, feet just apart. Yawn and stretch throughout your body. Stretch up to the ceiling, elbows, wrists, hands. Then let your hands drop till they hang from your wrists. wrists and forearms drop until they hang from your elbows. Upper arms drop till they hang from your shoulders. Your head drops. The top of the spine gives in to the weight of the shoulders, and the head drags on the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, until the whole torso drops, hanging head downward from the tailbone. Feed a deep sigh into your back, then let the diaphragm give in to gravity as the breath releases. Then build up your spine, vertebrae by vertebra. Head floats up on top. Stomach muscles stay loose. Knees are free. Spine is long. Breath is easy, giving in to the involuntary rhythm. Introduce small Introduce the touch of sound. Ha, ha. Ha, hum. Blow out through the lips without sound to loosen them. Move all the face muscles around. Blow out through the lips on sound. Repeat on descending pitches. Now, speak it. Ha-hum. Do it with the same physical awareness as when you sustained the pitch. Relax for a new breath. Now speak it again. Ha-hum. Do it with conversational inflection. Ask a question through ha-hum. As if a friend has asked, "How was your day?" Describe your day entirely on ha-hums, with a new breath impulse for each new thought impulse. Once again. As soon as you think about speaking, your focus tends to move up into your face. Clearly send the question impulse down to the feeling breathing center, and let the question, breath, vibration response flow up and out through your torso, throat, and mouth. Add surprise, urgency, doubt, or amusement to the question, and the central connection will be pinpointed by the feeling content. Try again. Drop your neck and head heavily forward, and then roll them loosely around in a wide circle to relax the neck and throat muscles. Circle your neck and head in the other direction. Sigh a hum on an easy pitch as you roll your head and neck. With a new note, a new breath impulse, and a new hum, roll your neck and head in the other direction. Repeat 4 or 5 hums on different pitches, with your head rolling in alternating directions. Bring your neck up so that your head finds its balance point. Describe out loud how you feel and what you feel, spontaneously and immediately without censoring it. Release the sound of how you feel into your voice. Now again, sigh the hum from your middle, and this time let your head drop forward as the hum continues. Let the weight of your head take you all the way down your spine until you are hanging head downward, humming. Feel the vibrations dropping out through the top of your head. Register whatever sensations occur. Make sure your knees are slightly bent, weight balanced between the heels and balls of the feet, stomach muscles relaxed. Let the breath replace. Sigh a new hum onto your lips and build up your spine again to standing. And when upright, let your lips open and allow the sound to escape. Relax inside to let your new breath enter. Then on a slightly higher pitch, repeat the exercise. Drop down through the spine on a hum, a new breath at the bottom. Induce a new hum. Come up the spine, humming. At the top, let the mouth drop easily open, releasing the sound. Alternate the humming head rolling and the humming and dropping down through the spine on changing pitches. Begin to explore slightly higher notes in the context of this exercise. As you open at the top, bounce your knees, bounce your shoulders, jump up and down, release more and more free energy. Use your awareness in speaking again. Ha-hum. Finally, speak a poem, a speech, or some dialogue from a play while 1. On the floor in the diagonal stretch. 2. Bouncing the pelvis. 3. Feeling the connection with the diaphragm center, hand on the abdominal wall, feeling the drop with each outgoing thought. 4. Bringing the connective picture into the upright standing position. 5. Bouncing the knees as you speak the text. 6. Bouncing the shoulders as you speak the text. 7. Jumping up and down as you speak the text. When you come back to a text, you should focus all your interest in the content and meaning of the text, and be prepared to judge whether your voice has been freed at all by the subjective criterion of your enjoyment of your work. Now choose one of the 7 things and speak your text. That is the conclusion of the intermission workout from Freeing the Natural Voice by Kristen Linklater.